truth, the lies, and politics. Informative, educative, and analytical. Getting to the real issues that affect an ordinary individual in areas of leadership, governance, social, and economy. The truth, the lies, and politics.
And we do welcome you back to The Truth, Lies, and Politics here on Spirit TV. My name is Paul Ekurot Eki, and I have with me in studio Mr. Joseph Ochieno from the UPC party leadership, Mr. Augustine Ojobile from FDC Electoral Commission. We also have Mr. Charles Romushana in the studio, in the house this evening, and we're just expounding and investigating, looking at some of the things that happened and that are continuing to happen. Maybe they could be showing us or letting us know what is coming ahead. But Charles was still breaking down your point.
Okay, so I was trying to explain to you what was the intention, the consensus of those who were involved in the framework, in having a framework or a document to govern the transition. The transition between 1986 and the return of sovereignty. The return of power back to the people of Uganda from the NRA.
Yes.
So yes, this sovereignty shall be through consent. The governed will be governed through their consent, and that is through a free and fair election.
Yes.
You get? So once you don't have elements of a free and fair election,
Yes.
then it's a fraud. So me, I'm in the process, but unfortunately now it becomes a struggle. So this struggle has got two sides.
All right.
The first side is the occupation, the National Resistance Army, the occupation Arnakaba, and all those who participate in this election are with the NRA. They are one.
All those who participate in this election, whether they are aware of it or even not,
they are one. They are part of the 1986 usurpation of people's sovereignty.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Because now it's a struggle to return sovereignty, and we demand not less than a free and fair election. So if you are at a stage where you are still complaining about nomination, well, I saw Mnyagwa say, "Oh, I didn't know I would make it," but the electoral commission. But I thank the electoral commission for having been professional. You know, because you almost congratulated him. It should be the electoral commission to go weeping. Please, you come and participate, because it should worry you if Ugandans are not comfortable and are not coming up, are not showing enthusiasm to lead the country through elections.
Actually, it is the job of electoral commission to do what it was doing.
To encourage people.
So you shouldn't really be there to say...
To encourage people. It's the other way around. I'm saying it should worry you.
They are paid to do what they did.
If you find
what
that
they are supposed to do.
If you find that the population is disinterested in offering themselves,
then there's a challenge.
Then it should worry you.
Yeah.
Because it means they've gone underground, and they are now going to find leadership through other means.
Which is dangerous if you're leading.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we demand not less than a free and fair election.
All right.
In this struggle, therefore, those who participate, so we have got two sides. One, the Indianabo, those who are with them, and then those who are demanding for a free and fair election. Because all indications are, I mean, it's already established that NRA cannot conduct a free, is incapable. It's not now, we have not reached the stage where, we have now reached the stage where even if NRA wanted, it's incapable of conducting a free and fair election.
Why?
Because it's a failed state. It's a failed state. I gave you the other, except if you want me now to go back into it. No. Today, by the way, today. No, you never get tired. Never get tired of being reminded. Today, China has dropped its enjoyment or her enjoyment of the rights of a developing country.
Where has it gone to?
Huh?
It's killed it.
No, I mean, America has been complaining that you shouldn't be getting the benefits of a developing country. Because by a developing country, if you're a developing country, there are benefits you get, access to markets, etc.
China has been
getting them by virtue of being a developing country.
But now?
Because China is not a developed country. You get. So it's not part of France, Britain, Germany, USA, it's not developed. It's a developing country. What I don't know is whether it is indebted. So in that classification I told you the other time, we are not even poor. We don't qualify to be poor. We don't even qualify to be indebted poor. We don't qualify to be, we were highly indebted poor, and we fell to a failed state. Now we are a very failed state. And some of the elements of a failed state is that military gets involved in politics. Okay. The moment you have a state where the military is involving itself in politics, and then it's a failed state. You don't have an independent judiciary. That the judge has to first find out what is the mind of the president. The moment you have that, then you don't have. So the Electoral Commission will say, but should I nominate... what would the president think about me nominating Oseno? Oseno, please let me first consult. You get so we are a failed state, and a failed state cannot conduct a free, fair, and credible and peaceful election. That's why now the platform is for hooligans.
Which platform? The whole nomination?
Yeah, I will give an example. Today I was in.
Are you trying to say that all?
Today I drove on Natete Busega Road, and the gangs of Chaguran damaged my car. Because I even saw security overwhelmed. I reported to Natete police, and I found they had damaged very many cars, but security was overwhelmed. Because if you had to go there will be a crash. And you will have killings. Government didn't want to have that. Doesn't want. Museveni is fearing to have that. So now, any other candidate who is disciplined will not appear to have people.
They will not come.
Yeah, no. You see, for you to have people, you need to have a few hooligans, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then they cause commotion on the roads. It's called to what do you call it?
That is like trying to build people's morale.
Yeah, you have been seeing this Kadodi what and people with the huge public address systems and to begin warming up. So how they were doing it there, they were riding on the roads very recklessly. I saw people with broken legs. Yes, being evacuated by police. Actually, initially I thought, I thought that they were the hooligans, but these were innocent people on the road, legs broken by.
Please qualify this. So this was in Natete, and
Chaguran hadn't even come. That's why I didn't think there was going to be a problem, but. They would emerge from nowhere and take over the roads and start sweeping, that their boss was going to pass through it. But the objective was to show he was around to keep up people. Because he moves with a huge group, which he collects all over, Butambara, Mukono, Kayunga.
Did you see this with the NRM yesterday?
You see, that's the difference again. You will find, but even with NRM, when Museveni did, during, I think when he was returning forms, you remember? When they were
just yesterday.
No, forget about yesterday. The other time they robbed people.
Returning forms.
They robbed
Those
people.
took about 4 hours on the road. Moving.
I'm talking about when they were withdrawing.
Yes, withdrawing.
When they were withdrawing from returning forms with Mr. Museveni. The same gangs robbed the people.
Kidnapped
They robbed the people, they beat people, they assaulted the people. So in other words, this wrong doesn't justify the other one. You get the larger point.
Yes, well
and I'm saying that's why you see the two are they are the ones you talk about.
Yes.
You are not talking about the ideas they represent. You are talking about their capacity to create mayhem on the roads. It's what makes them popular. That's a sick country. Really, I was with some guy, maybe I don't need to mention his names. He's now relocating to Tanzania. He says he can't stay in Uganda. So he's selling his land, he's going to buy properties in Tanzania because...
He's relocating to
Yes, because he says in Tanzania there is a state, there is peace. You will have your kids on the street and you are sure they are safe. Here in Uganda, you can't be sure you are safe.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Therefore,
yes. We need to get to
we go back to where UPC was. Can we grab our country back? It's no longer what Otunizu to say, that we return our country back. We go grab our country back from these people. I told you, now Mr. Museveni has received his two tactical objectives. He has completely destroyed DP and UPC. He can afford to have the Nanda Mafawi, 1,000 of them. His objective was to destroy those two.
DP and UPC.
Because they were in the CA.
Mr.
You remember, they were given 2 seats, each in the Constituent Assembly by virtue of having been the founders of Uganda. And he's worked tooth and nail to ensure they are destroyed. He has completely destroyed them. UPC through military means, DP through a combination of two, military means and political corruption. So we shouldn't be celebrating anything. We should actually be mourning and then then set a united political front and go and grab our country from this family.
Right.
But of course they should stay part of it.
Yes.
But when they are not the sovereign. But if you want, let's put it in the referendum and say the sovereign in Uganda shall be Museveni's family, so that it is also known, it is lawful. We make a constitution where it's very clear, for avoidance of doubt, the sovereignty of Uganda rests in Museveni's family.
We hand over Kampala to them.
And there they go.
The sovereignty.
Mr. Joseph Ocheno, what next for UPC? Because there are court cases, the Electoral Commission has said no to all the candidates.
No.
No. What next for UPC? One is wondering, this is the oldest party. You were the founders of this. What next of this country? What next for that powerful party?
Charles said it,
Charles said it, but you have the opportunity to.
Because I don't throw stones, so I speak gently.
Okay.
You throw stones, Charles knows who they are. No, so as Charles was said that we were the primary target of NRA, UPC. In fact, it was not UPC and DP. The original target of NRA, 1980-81, was UPC. Unfortunately for Ugandans, NRA enlisted DP, plus some chauvinists around the country, aligned themselves with imperialist, anti-Africanist forces, perfected the art of torture in Luwero, made life very difficult for UPC government that did an excellent job in government, notwithstanding all that. Throughout the 4.5 years, although DP was actively supporting NRA bandits in the bush and throwing bombs in Kampala, you never saw a DP member of parliament being subjected to any kind of brutality. Nor did you see Paul Semugero disrespected. Not that would raise questions, no. It's the wrong thing to do. I'm simply saying we're decent. So when you say that, it might suggest that, well, UPC did not do it because it feared bad manners who getting public attention. It's just the wrong thing. Yes. So what the NRA guys are doing is not about raising questions. They're just bad-mannered guys. So we did that. So it is only after 1995 or thereabout, really from about 1984, when DP realized that after 1986 they got officially married with NRA. Up to the time of the CA, because the party was officially banned, the DP was referred. But DP was officially in any case, DP were the ones leading the writing. This was Osino Mulenga, Sebana Kizito, all this bunch. You know, they were the ones perfecting the art of NRA legitimacy. So we were the target from 1980-81 until today. Our DP friends woke up too late 90s, when they realized, when they found that half of their numbers had already been decimated or co-opted. But that said, we are not, we can't die. No, we are an idea. We can't die.
Yes.
And we are the political party of the future. And we are the political party of the future based on our track record, based on our resilience, based on our capacity, and based on the values that we represent. But at the moment, we are really sick.
Yes.
Because Museveni tried to dump us on River Manafa or Lake River Nile there by Bakwati Bridge, whatever. But we can't sing. So we are down there, but we can't sing. So we are going to come out. I'm going to say the best way to kill a snake is to cut off his head. Museveni has tactfully compromised
the head.
Certain individuals at the top and made sure that the leadership position is not sustainable. So to that end, we are struggling.
Should we assume he's going with the head soon?
Jim McKenna is
because tomorrow we need to
not the leader, but he occupies the party headquarters in part, with coordinated support by people that may be. Dennis Enough emerged because the challenge Jim is illegitimate, as I told you that. Walubiri was the legitimate leader, except election took place and defeated him. He did not. I went to court. And that's part of the question I was trying to tell you at the beginning, because my introduction was rather long. And for that, I'm the undeclared president of the party. But because of the constitution of the party and the constitutionalism and my commitment, I decided not to call myself president. And so that's sort of where we are. This is a matter in court which is pending. I understand tomorrow Jimmy is trying to challenge the Electoral Commission's decision to decline his application for nomination. We don't know what will happen there. The critical thing is that the pending ruling, and like Charles said, it's possible like a mini failed state, because you can't explain a matter like mine, which should have taken 6 months and it's taken 4 years.
Yes.
And quite clearly, it's very difficult not to believe that there's politics involved. And I think part of the politics is that these guys fear people like ourselves, who, if we came into the leadership of the party, would do what Charles was saying.
Change, yeah.
No, Charles was saying that one of the things which has been lacking here is, you see, between nominations, people are grandstanding. But we genuinely don't know what new ideas Museveni has got on the table and is NRA. I'm not quite sure what specific idea NUP had, specific idea, and a specific idea that we present. But of course, we'll argue that those things will come out in their manifestos. But usually prior to manifestos, this is the time when you'll be hearing leaders talk, and talk issues rather than possibly just grandstanding. So what next for us? We await the outcome of court. No, it's not about tomorrow. Generally, whatever resolution is made, and whenever that is made in the court. But side by side with that, we've been involved in discussions. For the first time, Jimmy, myself, and Peter Olobiri met. And for the first time, we have had a facilitated meeting that included Dennis Enough. I don't think it went very far for various reasons, because some of the individuals have got non-negotiables, and their non-negotiables are not in conformity with the Constitution of Uganda Post-Congress. And from my perspective, I don't think I am prepared to support anything which is self-driven rather than the interest of the party and the interest of this country. Whatever happens and whenever that happens, and it may take us even another year, but you ask me what next for UPC, the issues in the party will be resolved, and we shall go out there and regroup and provide the leadership that this country needs. But that's said quickly. Yeah. We continue to get new membership in the party. I continue to personally recruit. There is no public facility, and I'm very lucky to that fact. There is no public event that I attend in which I do not get a qualitative person who genuinely comes to me wanting to join the party. Yesterday, while at court, I got a young man who asked me, and he wants a membership card, and asked me how soon that can be done and how much. I later got a young lady, including somebody from your trade, who actually almost certainly would be joining us from DAP because she argues that her father was a member of UPC at the beginning, things like that. So no, our future is possible. At the moment, it's a bit stagnated.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that clarity and for not being some people beat around the bush. But thank you very much for that clarity. This one is going to Mr. Augustine. It comes in from John in Natete. He says, "Thank you very much, Mr. Augustine, for coming for the show. It's been long, and I'm happy to have you on the show." But he's saying that please provide clarity for FDC and PFF.
Okay.
What is the point in there? Because it looks like it's another faction from FDC.
You see, at such points, first I would want to also appreciate him. It's John.
From Natete.
John, thank you for being on. Actually, such kind of responses indicate that people are following you wherever you go. They would want to understand what exactly is taking place,
yes,
or what exactly you're saying whenever you're on media. John, maybe I would want us to concentrate on what is going on right now. We have done enough explanation for PFF and FDC.
Maybe John, all the people here have not gotten that point. Yes, but
the point is that
you may just hint on it and then yes.
The point is that PFF is a political party of its own, and it has its own leadership. And FDC is also an independent political party of its own, which has leadership. And Patrick Amriatoboy is the party president of FDC. So maybe they would want to understand whether Nandala is the party president. No. Nandala
it's still Patrick Amriatoboy.
Patrick Amriatoboy is the party president of FDC, and Nathan Nandala Mafabi is just the flag bearer,
yes,
of the party,
but the Secretary General,
and the Secretary General of the party.
Right.
Maybe to answer that question, maybe you have any other issue. But
you can't speak for PFF.
PPF.
PFF, not PPF.
Is FDC minus Nandala Mafabi and Amriati.
But it's still FDC.
It's
still using the structures, still using the individuals.
It's FDC.
No, they are not using our structures. Yeah. And if they create their own, then
yes,
that ceases from being an FDC structure.
We are talking, if we are discussing politics, PFF is is FDC, but minus Nandala Mafabi and Amriat.
Quite
but you are incorrect to say they have a leadership. They don't have.
They have an acting leadership.
They don't have. Who?
That's what we are told.
Yes, they have an acting leadership.
A party that is incapable of fielding a president, it can't call that leadership.
Maybe they wanted an acting flag bearer.
Because you see, their president, I think, is it Kwago?
Yes.
Lukwago doesn't want to go for, is looking at welfare. He cannot go for president where it's a sure loss. He's going where there is a possibility of winning LC3, LC5. You can't form a political party to vie for LC5. That can't be an objective.
All right. We shall have PFF candidates and he will have this barrage of questions to answer, you know. I would like to hear from them. But we do hope we'll get them one of these days and hear from them. Charles from Shana, as the analyst, a question here. It says Ugandans often say that opposition is divided. Recently we had ANT, we had NUP, we had that very PFF party that we'll be talking about meeting, and there was a semblance of a unity, or we're hoping to see maybe a unified candidate. But is there a genuine chance of a united front against the ruling party from these opposition parties?
I don't think you'll succeed in dragging me into your muddy waters. You know, I will remain.
Question addressed to you,
remain. Yes. I will remain focused on what is central.
All right.
I will not be dragged into what is to the peripheral. Yes. Why? Because I am a witness of this generation and future generations. As I told you, you go and check the records, I was the youngest in the Constituent Assembly. So at least I was there to witness for you. And fortunately, I'm still alive to witness. That time, there was opposition, but there were no political parties. Political parties were in abeyance.
Yes, sir.
And the group formed by Nabudere, Professor Nabudere, the National Council for Democracy. You remember it, Luciano, in the CA? Yeah. The National Council for Democracy. In other words, all political parties that were in a base, that were not allowed to mobilize, formed an umbrella in the Constituent Assembly led by Nabudere, the National Council for Democracy. And the struggle was for multipartism. Okay. Was for multipartism to be allowed, parties to be allowed. Where are we now? We are still where we were in 1986. Yes. That you are free, if you are going to stand for elections, you are free to consult a year in advance.
You are free to consult a year
in advance.
All right.
But can I bring my supporters, 200, 300 of them, wherever I'm consulting, and give them the electoral commission? Why do you give 14 days to present signatures and verification? If I have got 2 years, I have freedom to consult in the first year, the third year. The whole of that year, you are allowed to go and consult. Why can't I bring my returns? Because that consultation is governed by the electoral commission. Is supervised by the electoral commission. Why can't I collect my signatures and hand them over a year in advance? Yeah. You get? Because you see, the law allows for an aspiring candidate. So can I, that time when I'm aspiring to be a candidate, can I give my signatures to the electoral commission? And it's done, and I go and make structures. So, but you see, you want to ambush me and give me one month to campaign in 150 districts. You get? But even of that, you want me to spend a lot of resources mobilizing 500 signatures. You are not even very sure whether they have been approved. Yet you don't allow me to consult as an aspiring candidate in the third year. No, actually the fourth year. Now, no, a year before elections.
Yes.
So what we should be discussing is whether we have an atmosphere for a free and fair election. So in the circumstances, you can't have an opposition, because you can only have an opposition from a free and fair election. You see, an opposition simply means that you have fewer members in parliament.
That's what
yeah, that's why you say a leader of opposition in parliament is one who is in the minority in parliament. Okay, if you want to call, say, one who has not won the general election. Because assuming you stood as an independent and you won elections and you're not in the parliament, you don't have MPs in the parliament, what would they classify you? Because you see, are saying an opposition is a political party with less members of parliament.
With less members, yes.
Yes, but you can be a president with less members of parliament. But that's for another day.
It's possible, yes.
So that's why you see constantly those who contest Museveni are called opposition. In other words, Museveni is permanent in the government.
The rest are opposition.
You get? I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
You cannot go in the next election as opposition, because you are only opposition in the 5 years. In the next elections, we can't tell whom you will be.
Going to be. Yes.
And you cannot also tell that these ones who are a minority now will be participating in the next elections. You get? So it doesn't come. But you see, we've built very silly narratives, and we are becoming slaves of those silly narratives. So I mean, yes. So may I reject that line? Okay. I reject that line. I demand.
All right.
I demand for a free and fair election, which is peaceful. But to have that, we must grab our country back from the Museveni family.
All right. A big thank you to that. I have another question for Augustine in a short while. This one is coming from Isaac. Isaac is saying you have highlighted some complaints from about the whole process of election. Why then do you continue to participate in this election after you have raised concerns and challenges around the electoral body?
You said his name is Charles?
Isaac.
Isaac.
Yes.
Okay. You see, in an election, you must do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And it's these bare minimums that majority of the people use to gauge whether this election was free, fair, credible. And if these bare minimums are not actualized, that's when the election is now mad with the names. They call them, it was an irregular election.
Yes.
It was a stolen election. So that is it. But maybe you did not get my, you did not follow my my statements chronologically, because I came up and told you an election is a process. One process after the other leads you to the other.
Okay.
Okay? So, as FDC, it's true, we have complained. But that does not stop you from participating in an election.
With the hope that you can change.
The reality is, sometimes you must understand the reason as to why you must stand.
That is very, very important. Yes, very good.
That in 2020, there was a plan to collapse FDC from within and from without. And the plan was to make sure that since Nathan Nandala Mafabi is not running, let us not field a candidate. Okay? Don't field a candidate, But there was no clear discussion between the person they were presenting to FDC as the alternative candidate to be supported by FDC. There was no clear discussion. Meaning that at the end of it all, FDC would just lose it all.
Yeah.
So FDC sat down and said, no, we shall have a candidate. And we ended up with about 32 members of parliament. So this is not about even the members of parliament. It's about continuing with the legacy of proper leadership and encouraging members to feel comfortable in their party, that their party can enable them to grow through and they can become leaders.
Wow.
So, for me, I am young by age, but I hold 2 offices. I'm the Secretary, Electoral Commission, and I'm the Deputy COW of Forum for Democratic Change. So, I am there entrusted with so many responsibilities, but at my tender age.
Which is an opportunity.
So it means I have been groomed by the leadership of the party.
Okay.
And tomorrow if I left, I am fit to become an MP. That I can tell you. I can sit in that parliament and debate more than over 300 members of parliament in that house. Majority of them can't even read a full book.
Or use a tablet itself.
No, okay. A tablet is far. Let us use the simple book,
basic.
just like these basic books,
Yeah.
where it has 100 pages. It's hard for them to read that book and conclude it within 1 night or 2 nights. Yet we don't have luxury of time as a country to read and assess or discuss issues that affect this country. That's why majority of them are silent.
Right.
They are full of propaganda. So as a party, it has managed to galvanize that, and it has made people understand that it is not about so and so. It is about the party.
Right.
So us participating in this election is to enable a continuity of FDC, even at a point when everyone thinks that FDC is gone.
Right.
So we have to make a
Yes.
statement.
That we are still here.
FDC
And we're
is
still
around
fighting.
and it has a reason.
Yes.
That's why we have a slogan which is eye-catching. Everyone wants to have at least a word out of our slogan. When we say fixing the economy, money in our pockets. I saw the other time someone saying, that slogan is mine. I said, what is your slogan?
We first heard that from me, Dupate. But anyway.
So,
but, yes.
so my colleague, do not say we complain, so we shouldn't really go there. It's like saying, one time a lecturer misrepresents your results on the answer sheet. Instead of 70, they put 60. So you shouldn't attend the lectures anymore. That can't happen usually.
Like the certificate given to Nope. Gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up, right? And I'd like to hear your final say. I'll end with Augustine because it's been long since we had here, and I would love would love to have an opportunity of debating these ideas and investigate some of these slogans, but also investigate the manifestos.
You don't want us to investigate slogans?
No, some of these slogans that people are saying, because they speak a lot.
Because
one slogan,
I would sue.
when someone says protecting the
As
case,
president of Uganda People's Congress.
you investigate that.
No.
What do you mean by that? All right.
As president of Uganda People's Congress,
Yes.
I would sue NUP over stealing our color red. I would sue FDC for stealing our color blue. I would sue.
Are those copyrighted? They're not
I would
copyrighted.
sue. There is a party that talks about our common man's charter. And then for FDC, Nandala is a friend of mine. But Nathan, and there's an OB, so I need to be careful here. But Nathan is a fantastic guy.
He's also an OB of UPC.
On both sides.
But FDC, before Nandala was the leader, actually stole our objective number one. And I want to say it today.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, in good faith. So it can be very tricky, this slogan. Political parties do that, but how are you able to pick it and run with it? The objective number one of the Uganda People's Congress, to build the Republic of, that's the first one for you, I'm sure you're hearing it for the first time, to build the Republic of Uganda as one country, one people, one parliament, change to one national parliament. So these guys went ahead and FDC those days under
one people, one Uganda.
That was Procor.
It was really
but it is the Procor who brought it.
It was really easy.
You know that it is Procor.
I do not know. I don't know, but whatever.
He went back. Didn't he go back?
UPC.
I don't know where Procor is, but that's not the point. Is some of these things can be neither here nor there. And it's the first time I'm using it.
And most of this stuff is from ANC.
Yes.
So anyway,
Wow.
Quick observation.
Yes.
Regardless of the entirety of the process, there are two things that I didn't mention, and that is that is there a woman of the 8 candidates?
No.
So there is no.
We have made progress.
There is no female candidate in this process, and I was very surprised, very disappointed. Of the 3 people I was talking about, 3 people, 2 of them were women. And one of them I was very confident that she would get through. But also, I found 2 other female candidates out there. Why this glass ceiling of politics is very important. So maybe I met a lawyer journalist this evening before coming to the studios, and we were trying to talk about how NRA has weaponized the economics and poverty and monetized politics and made it very, very expensive. Very difficult. So I think there's an implication, there's an indictment here that because of high level of monetization policy, I think my 2 colleagues both talked about it. I think Charles was emphatic about it. Your ability to go into the political space, you really have the money capacity to do all these things. I think we're in a very terrible state as a country. So ideas are dead, but who can do what sort of passes. So in a way, I think that seemingly also blocks women from, getting the best of theirs. So very disappointing. And then finally, one female candidate, whom I must say publicly, I even supported Charles to try and get the number of signatures. She got the signatures, but allegedly the Electoral Commission individuals at the Electoral Commission wanted to take money from her. I was told this thing today, but I thought I would say it on air. I don't know the details because it's got huge implications. Much earlier when I was trying to talk about the challenges and hurdles. Yes. So it's not over until it's over. But whatever happens, I think Charles made that's my concluding remarks, that away from the 8, we should be focusing on the people who did not participate. And one of those people who did not participate as a people, as an idea, is Uganda People's Congress. To find that our independence political party, is the 3rd time running, not represented at the ballot. The first 2, I asked my brother Jimmy, you were allegedly leader at Uganda House. Why did you not participate? We know that what Norbert Mao calls the coalition of the willing, they were with certain individuals, certain situations. And now 3rd time when you're actually not eligible to stand, to run as president on the basis of the party constitution, you are now actually taking the Electoral Commission to court by force, whether you like it or not. I'm a candidate. But the other times when you know it did not happen. So it's very unfortunate. So it's sad for my party. Right. But the people who lose out is the people is politics, and the people are the citizens of this country. Because you can imagine Uganda People's Congress with Joseph Ochieno amongst the list down there, flanking the second Miri OB down there, challenging Mr. Museveni on record. Just guess what would have happened. So I know there is something cowardly
that is happening.
And that's the reason that I am not on that ballot as president of Uganda People's Congress. It must be put for the record. But whatever happens, my Jesus will catch up with whoever you're doing it.
Thank you very much for that passionate plea. I will have 3 minutes for Augustine. Your final say, and we would like to come so that we break down that manifesto and what Nandala Mafabi wants to do for the Ugandans for the next 5 years. Yes, please.
You say before we come up with a slogan, in most cases, we first understand the kind of leadership that we are presenting to you. The kind of leadership...
Actually, I've been corrected. We have 1 minute. So you can wrap it up in 1 minute.
The kind of candidate we have presented to Ugandans is an economist, an accountant, and someone who has extensive...
And a politician.
That is known by majority of the members. But now we are talking of what people don't know.
Okay.
Many people don't know that he even works with the World Bank.
Right.
He goes out there to look at other people's economies and advise on how they could operate. So this is the kind of person we are bringing as the presidential candidate of FDC. That's why we talk of the economy and then bring money into your pockets. We say, how should this happen? We look at the taxation policy, okay? We look at all these other services that government provides in relation to how money should now be the end result of money going into people's pockets. Okay, so this is the extensive kind of idea that we want to bring. That even when you're talking about this program of this parish fund, that program is a very bad program, and it is implemented badly to the level that it will never help people to come out of poverty. Right. So we are telling you, even when that program is there,
you can't still
we are going to cancel it, and we offer you an alternative, better program, which will in return bring the money to you, closer to you, than thinking in an abstract way.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ojabile. Thank you very much,
maybe
Charles.
Conclusively, I would request people to support Nandala.
Yes.
Please give him your vote, give him your support, canvas support for him, because you need him. He needs you, and you also need him.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Otieno. We definitely are going to have you back on the show. We thank you, Augustine. Thank you, Charles. Would love to see you back and give really your perspectives and give your heart to this. Hebrews chapter 12 verse 14 is our verse of the day. Make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. Yeah. Thank you very much, our dear viewers, for that. And Father, we thank you because you love us, you care about us, and you know each and everything that happens in our lives. We commit our hearts to you and our lives to you, and this entire season into your hands. May people not die. We pray that you'll preserve lives, you'll protect people's lives, and also protect us as we travel and reach our different destinations. For the candidates, give them wisdom, and may they find favor before you and before man. We thank you. For it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. Do continue. There is beautiful programming as we do continue. May God bless you and have a good evening.
The truth, the lies, and politics. Informative, educative, and analytical. Getting to the real issues that affect an ordinary individual in areas of leadership, governance, social, and economy. The truth, the lies, and politics